All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think this thing is on. And we have another Deens Disaster Derby. I believe this is video number 4 at this point. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day, morning, afternoon, wherever you may be. And so this game we are DG. And I'm dubbing this game as well because I got some good feedback last time that you guys appreciated this being in the form of a dub as opposed to a live action, since it's kind of hard to talk about what's going on when you're in the thick of it sometimes. So DG here, we're DG, so getting the Novaya take on turn 1, the Lebanon take on turn 1. In this moment I'm thinking, you know, is Navy going to try something sneaky here, because this rifleman on the northern Lebanon base is pretty low. I'm thinking about, you know, am I going to go south in the Middle East here? I got the Novaya here. I see my Denmark position. I see I have a base in Sweden and one in Norway as well. So I'm moving this guy down, and I'm seeing that, you know, Navy is clearly committing to the Middle East. So I'm thinking, is this something I really want to be doing at this point? So I want to explore my options elsewhere, because I don't want to really get into a fight with him here. I see him expanding into Israel. It's not really great. I don't want to get into a fight with this guy this early, because look at the income delta. He's at 12, we're at 8. It's not going to be a good thing for us to do here. So I'm still thinking, what am I going to do? And I think I end up committing. Yeah, so I go Denmark here. Meanwhile, Mint is taking Ukraine. Turn 2 here. We're seeing some action in Greenland with red moving in. We have light blue in West Greenland. Violet's about to take Scotland, or try to. Yeah, and see here, Navy actually does hit me in Lebanon. And I don't really contest this at all. So here I'm moving into Sweden. We have green in Italy. Let's see if I can zoom out the camera a little bit here. Oh, no, I don't think I can actually. That's okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go Scandy here, and we're already seeing, you know, Emerald is moving into Finland, so we might have some issues there. Yeah, red is poking and prodding at light blue. Remember this. Remember this light blue, red skirmishing. Lavender hitting coal in Tunisia. Are we not at 100% speed? What is going on here? Yeah, it seems like we are... Oh, we're at half speed. Sorry. Let's go back to 1x. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so purple is moving up, going to finish... Or try to finish Norway here. And notice, you know, I'm coming in from the bottom. And purple here, just for some context, so purple is in Netherlands. Belgium is poking here into Germany. You can see that happening here. So I'm saying to purple, you know, no, this is my territory. I'm about to finish Sweden.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
And he's taken this base in Germany, while Maroon is also building in Germany as well. So now purple's moving these guys down, and I am not feeling great about that. You know, and he's also kind of contesting this port here, but I'll take that in a second. Yeah, I took that there. Yeah, for some reason it duplicates my typing when you're watching the replay. Purple says I was getting Norway, so he doesn't want to give this up here, so I'm just gonna attack his rifleman. And notice he's actually hitting me in Denmark now, so he's trying to distract me with some APM moves. I'm gonna micro him around. Look at this. I have 3 guys here. 4 guys. I'm still holding. Meanwhile, 1 base away from completing Norway. We're at 14 income. Purple's at 9 income. Green's completed France, Italy, Switzerland. There's some fighting between gray and yellow in Catalonia and Spain. We still got a pretty multicolored map, and we completed Norway here. Red is in Sami. Still fighting LB in Greenland. Going back and forth here. And so now, purple here is going to go for the Germany completion. And I'm asking Emerald for peace because I see that he has Finland, he has some units here, he's moving units to the port. And Emerald says yes to peace with me. And we got Mint skirmishing with Brown here in southern Russia. Peanut in the middle. And so I'm loading up my transports here. I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to drop on purple in the Netherlands or Belgium and then try to maybe hit him from the south, which isn't a great position from Denmark to Germany. So I drop. This, as you can probably tell from the beginning, does not go very well. But I'm going to push into Germany anyways, and that is also, as you can see, not going well. What else we got going on? So yeah, I'm going to pull back here. I'm going to hold the choke at Denmark. I'm worried about these ports here because I'm worried he's going to drop on the Denmark port. Violet's asking me for peace. I don't think I respond to that right now. I'm also a little bit busy. He has a bunch of units, and at the same time, Wheat sees me fighting purple, and Wheat moves in to take advantage of this chaos, which, you know, I'm fine with. I want purple thinking that if he commits to me, that Wheat's going to come in and hit him as well, which he was about to do. He pulls back for some reason, maybe because he sees that I'm holding at Denmark, and purple also pulls back. He thinks that we're going to destroy each other, but that doesn't come to pass. So I'm messaging Wheat. I'm like, okay, like if you're going to hit purple, you know, let's be on good terms. Purple tried to cuck me in Norway, so let's focus on our mutual enemy. And I don't think he actually replies to this. And so now I'm thinking, you know, what's the move? I'm messaging Wheat again, seeing if he's going to give me that clarity. I don't think he actually does. Let's just do a quick scan. Navy here fighting with Peanut for the middle. Lavender bordering, that's Peach. Teal saying DG we good. That's to me. I don't know if I actually see this. I don't know if I see that message. Lavender is hitting yellow here in Ireland rather. And red and LB still going at it here. And light blue says DG peace. I also don't know if I actually reply to that or to Teal. Yeah, so I'm making an SS here, and I'm saying to myself, you know, we gotta deal with this purple menace. This is just insane, right? This guy tried to cuck me. It's not okay that he has south position on me from Denmark. We have to deal with this. So I'm gonna cut him in Belgium. As soon as we have enough gold, we're gonna land some troops here, and we're gonna cut him to make sure that we can maintain a material income advantage, and he's gonna prod here into Denmark. But now that we have the SS, you know, we can move that up to the Denmark isthmus, and we can have some pretty good fire control here over any poking and prodding from Germany into southern Denmark. So now he's in a pretty difficult position because I've cut his bases, and Wheat decides to move in here as well at the same time. So, you know, purple is not in a good spot. And Wheat also really isn't playing this straight, right? Like, Wheat is only pushing in once purple has committed to fighting me. And purple's throwing everything he has at me. Like, he's not even trying to defend Germany. He's just throwing himself against me in the hopes that, you know, he can try and hurt me because of our history. So now I'm bordering green. You know, green could easily push up into Belgium here. I'm looking at these soldiers and these riflemen in Germany. I'm like, is Wheat going in on me here? So I'm pulling back. I'm asking Wheat for peace. Light blue is asking me for peace here. And I'm also thinking, you know, purple's pushing in on me here. I'm just spawning units, spawning riflemen. Wheat's pulling back, so I'm liking that. He's not going to keep going into Denmark. And he's at, you know, he's not in a really good income position. I'm at 21, he's at 16, but he does have a lot more troops here, and these are still hitting me. I'm wondering why he's not pulling these back. Again, asking for peace, and purple has been eliminated, saying that he was teamed, when in reality, I do not know who he is. Light blue keeps asking me for peace. Clearly he wants to do something. He probably wants to hit violet. I haven't been focusing on light blue's messaging here. Honestly, I've just been really busy focusing on purple. I don't even think I see the messages. That's one thing some players are good at. Some players are good at reading chat while they're fighting. I am not one of those players. And Navy's at 59 income, a pretty commanding lead at this point. And then I see it. I say yes to LB for peace here. And he has Iceland and all of Greenland at this moment. So he says thank you. He acknowledges it. You know, he clearly wants to do something. That's why he wants to make sure that I am not going to hit him. And the question is, what is it? Is it violet? Is it Ireland? Is it yellow? Is it Navy in Wales? Is it green up in Svalbard? Is it all of the above? We'll find out soon enough. Mint prodding the Caucasus against brown. I'm making some mortars up here thinking, you know, red only has Sammy left. Like, this is a 2 income player, or pardon me, yeah, 2 additional income from his country. Do I really want this on my northern border if I want to focus elsewhere? Every dollar matters, right? Something, I'll just take Sammy, get these trees down, and we'll be good to go. Green taking Algeria here. So red sees the mortars and he says, DG, what are you doing? Why are you chopping down my wood? And I'm thinking, you know, I don't think I'm going to reply to him. I'm just going to hit him here. He doesn't have a lot of income. And then he says, I'm your pirate, which is not something we had discussed. I say, are you? Are you actually? He says, yes. So he is now a vassal. This could be the beginning of a very fruitful, beneficial relationship. And now we see light blue making his move once he has enough gold to make the SS. And the question is, what is it? It's looking like it's Ireland. Does he drop on the north? Does he drop on the south? What is he going to do here? Green taking Algeria, then butting up against peach here. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be the southern base. Yellow sees it. And yellow is really not in a position to contest this at all. Or is it Ireland? It's Ireland. He's going to take this without much of a fight, as you can see. Brown still holding tight in Armenia. And not a lot of action on the map right now. You know, I'm in a pretty decent position. Not like top 3, but pretty close at 26 income. Navy's still commanding 59. Emerald 34. Mint 33. Light Blue's going to complete his conquest of Ireland here as well. And look at this weird positioning. We have Navy in Wales, and you know, Violet for some reason didn't complete Ireland. He didn't hit him. You get that 1 income bonus when you complete the entirety of the UK. And I'm saying to red here, you know, I'm still thinking about hitting him. I also think in this moment I was thinking about reducing my exposure to wheat by potentially giving him, you know, Netherlands or Belgium or something, so that I have less surface area with wheat, because wheat's now at 22 income, pretty close in income to me. Reducing that surface area could be beneficial. And then I think I actually don't do this just because I decide that this position is actually favorable. I think it's defensible. You know, you have these 3 bases here to defend against a Germany attack that'll be hitting his rifleman if he decides to push in, and I have an SS here that I can move up to Denmark if he decides to strike from the south, hitting north. So I don't end up moving forward on that. I see yellow moving. He eventually is defeated, but I believe I make a couple units here just in case he decides to drop me. And we have Mint with quite a big army here. And Violet is asking Light Blue for a trade. Light Blue says, what are you thinking? I actually don't think I see this. So bear that in mind. So Violet says he's going to trade for Iceland for England, which is 4 income for 4 income. So even trade, and Scotland. Wow, that's a pretty good trade. 7 income for 4. So the question is, you know, why does Violet want to do this? Maybe he thinks that Light Blue is going to hit him. He has a 21 to 11 income disadvantage, and he just wants Light Blue to be in his good graces. And so he's giving him more territory for Iceland. And Light Blue says, okay, why wouldn't you? Right? It's to his benefit. So I don't really see this text. I'm not looking at this chat right now. I'm kind of looking elsewhere on the map. Wondering what Emerald is thinking. He is an SS here. I'm pretty exposed. But he's not really building up on the border. And so Violet's going to take Iceland here from him. And look at Navy's Navy. And Navy's still holding Wales, as interesting as that is. And so, let me be clear. I think what we're seeing here is the calm before the storm. You know, we're not seeing a lot of fighting on the map. We're seeing, you know, the top few players kind of consolidating. And this is normally the phase of the game that you see before chaos breaks loose. So just bear that in mind. So we're making some SS here, because we're seeing light blue taking England. I didn't see that back and forth with Violet where this was trading. I'm thinking, oh, is light blue just hitting him? So light blue says, DG, we pieced, thinking that I'm about to hit him with these 3 SS I made, which he is completely accurate, and he spotted that immediately. So kudos to light blue here. And so I'm taking this southern port in Cornwall, and light blue's still saying DG. We pieced, yo. And we did piece. But I'm thinking that he's hitting Violet. And the answer to why hit the UK is, you know, Violet hasn't hit me. I'm thinking, if he's hitting Violet, I'm just going to take this from him. He says, I don't want to fight you. I said, Vio head UK. And then he says, I gave it to LB. But at this point, I've already committed. I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, light blue's probably going to hate me anyways now that I've done this and kind of messed up. And now light blue says, is this why you traded? Is he thinking that Violet is in cahoots with me and that we schemed this together like a pre-team, which we didn't? And now light blue saying, DG, can I get England back? Violet says, I just wanted to be smarter. Emerald is talking to Teal here. And then Violet says, DG, why take it? It was a gift. Light blue says, DG, what's up? Can I get England? And I'm thinking, okay, both of these guys probably hate me at this point. There's probably nothing I could do to rectify the situation. Now they're a liability. I say okay, and honestly, I shouldn't have said okay there. That's kind of ratty. But I think what I was thinking of was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. And then I'm going in. Light blue says, whoa, 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 peace, DG. But we're kind of past the point of peaceful reconciliation. Now be mindful, Red is still up here in Sammy, and he got kicked out of Greenland by light blue.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Light blue says, Violet, this was a shitty trade. DG, can you stop there? So we've taken Ireland, we've taken England. I'm debating taking Wales. I don't want to piss off Navy. But I'm like, back, forth. Do I do this? I want to get the 1 income bonus from the UK completion. Then I say to DG, I say to light blue, I am taking the United Kingdom. So I'm telling him, you know, I'm just going to stop here. Is that true? I don't know.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Now, Red says light blue, I don't care. I missed what that was in reference to. Oh yeah, he wanted me to kill light blue because he got kicked out of Greenland by light blue. And then I say to light blue, you're talking smack to my pirate Red. Red is making a smiley face. Blue says, okay, so we have some bad manners in the chat. Red says, I'm looking after my master. And then I say, Red, get to Norway. Take it next turn. Take it next turn. Take Scotland. And Red's saying, ooh, maybe I picked the right horse. Maybe I bet on the right horse here. Take Scotland and Ireland. So Red is going to more than double his income here. And now, I'm looking at this, and light blue has all these transports loaded. I'm seeing that violet has Iceland. I need a forward operating base to deal with all of this, right? I'm not feeling great about this. Red says LB ready to jump, make some income DG. Red's talking to Vio here. Again, not much fighting on the map yet. Yet. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Quite peaceful for now. Aside from me being an island boy, messing around in the Atlantic.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
And then this happens in Germany. So wheat goes in, and I'm like, okay, we have to hold this. Remember, we have the SS here, which is a strong position for us in terms of holding the ports. And red is messaging me, I'm busy. I am not focusing on red now. I am focusing on holding DG, or pardon me, wheat. And again, that's a 22 income to 40 income, but he has a lot more forces built up on the border here. Now, watch light blue here. You know, we had peace. I told him I was taking just the UK. I left him alone in Greenland. But just like wheat against purple in Germany, he might smell blood in the water. So wheat takes this northern Netherland base. I decided to apply a little bit of pressure just to steal some APM from Germany here. And we are trying to draw him in to getting hit by our bases here in the Netherlands. And that's why we're repositioning a little bit here. We're going to move these troops back, I believe, to the port. And now LB is actually taking Iceland from Violet, which is an interesting choice. And he has quite a few SS here. So we're holding the southern base in the Netherlands. We're holding Belgium. Green has not hit us, thankfully. And now our base is hitting his riflemen. And we have the SS also hitting his troops, applying a little bit of pressure there as well. And so the question is, you know, why does LB hit Vio here, right? Like, I guess he just wants the extra income so that he can potentially take on me and red. And light blue says chill, red. And wheat is just funneling these men into the slaughter here. You know, we're holding these bases. He's getting hit by 2 of our bases now, using his roars quite effectively. SS is still taking out riflemen, sending pot shots downrange. Light blue says, I'll join your pirate group. Red says, really? Light blue says, yes. Light blue says, hail DG. Remember this. Hail DG and the Scandy Islands. Hail DG from light blue here. I'll prove my loyalty, says light blue. Who are we fighting, says light blue. So now wheat has realized that he's kind of hit a brick wall here, and he's pulling back. And I'm thinking, you know, maybe I'll apply some pressure, get a decent concave on his retreating soldiers, and push into Germany a little bit. My troops are surrounded here, not a great position. They're getting hit by his base. And now his troops have reformed, and my guys are outnumbered. I also should be making some healers here, but I don't really have a lot of gold. I only have 45 gold, so I'm kind of prioritizing riflemen. And teal, for some reason, is hitting red here, thinking that he can take Scotland. Red hasn't yet completed Ireland. But this fight in Germany is still ongoing, and my riflemen have just been decimated here. You know, he's been using his roars more effectively. I don't really have many roars. I have a line of mortars here that's about to be exposed, and he's sent riflemen into the mortar line, which is not great. And this base seems like it's about to fall, does it? But I see it at the last second. Look at that. Save it. And wheat is still holding quite strong, but he's still getting pelted by 2 of my bases here. But now I have a few SS here I pumped out to safeguard these ports, so that even if wheat does manage to push in, he's going to have a very difficult time taking this full. Or in full, I should say. And he does take that southern Belgium base, which is not great. That is a hard position to take back. And now he has this Netherlands base. And so I'm in a pretty difficult position here, right? And teal has pushed into Sammy. Teal has taken Sammy from red with a drop somewhere from Kaliningrad, presumably, or from Siberia. He might have ran across. And so you guys missed this, but I actually dropped in Kaliningrad with a few knights, pushed into Poland with those, took this base here, And now I'm in Wheat's back line because I'm seeing what's happening here, and I'm like, this is a pretty desperate situation in the lowlands, Netherlands, Belgium. I need to apply some pressure elsewhere, draw his troops out. So I have done that, dropped in Kaliningrad, didn't attack Teal, immediately moved those knights into this Poland base when Wheat was not looking, and took that base, and I'm applying some pressure there. The thing is, I'm pretty light on gold here, right? Like, these troops are surrounded, they're clearly going down. I've taken Netherlands back, though. But Belgium is still been cut. And now light blue is hitting red here. Classic scum move, you know, and DG, you watching. But he's taking Scotland from red after Teal took Sammy from red, after saying, "Hail DG, I will be your pirate, I'm on your team, red and DG." And look at this, he's taking everything while I'm busy fighting Wheat. Look, DG, that's me, I'm saying, LB, I see what he's doing here, and now he's hitting me in England. And red says, told you, you should have ended light blue, and, you know, maybe he was right here. And I say, yep, backstabbed. Classic scum. Wheat's still pushing on me. Light blue is landing in Norway, hitting me in Sweden. I'm thinking the end is near. You know, I'm just being hit. And Navy says, DG, do you want to pirate for me? Interesting. And then light blue says, UBS me first, clown. So light blue is actually reneging on everything that he said he was going to do. And red is giving me game advice. You always end islands if you're Norway. And Wheat says, I help you, DG. After fighting me in the lowlands. Navy, come on down, DG. Save the SS. So, you know, I'm quite grateful here. I'm moving down. I appreciate Navy. I frankly appreciate Wheat for saying he's going to help me. Wheat says light blue is chaos. Emerald says light blue we're cool, but SS here is not. Navy says come to Poppy. Light blue says K. Red says help DG. I cannot help.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
But yes, I was teamed by light blue. I was teamed by light blue here. Ratted his own boss. Yep. I say where, Navy? Where am I going?
Our warriors have engaged
I have
the
been...
enemy.
At this point, I'm thinking I've been completely taken out of the game, right? Like, light blue has teamed me. Wheat's going to fight him, sure. You know, I'm going to get Crete here. Navy's giving me Crete, which I appreciate. And, you know, I am grateful to Navy for the rest of the game for giving me life here. Just remember that. Please remember that, okay? Important to remember.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
And yeah, Wheat's gonna, or pardon me, light blue's gonna complete the UK here. And now, you know, he's saying Wheat we cool, light blue Wheat we cool. Meanwhile, Wheat
Our
is
warriors have
dropping
engaged the enemy.
on light blue. And Wheat isn't even sending SS here. Wheat's just sending drops, and light blue is fleeing. Light blue says he wants revenge. Yeah, revenge for letting you live. That's my fault. I was too kind to light blue. I should have killed him when I had the chance. But I was worried about Wheat. I was worried about committing to light blue in Greenland. Greenland notoriously
Our warriors
difficult to
have engaged
take
the enemy.
by dropping on it. Wheat says, I'm going to hunt you, light blue. Meanwhile, like Wheat doesn't have a navy, and yet he's trying to drop with these transports against light blue's fairly large navy by comparison, which I think is quite funny. So I'm moving my SS to Crete here. Always appreciated some chicken souvlaki. Gonna get some sunshine in the beautiful Mediterranean here. And Navy says light blue is a rat, and he is, and I say indeed he is a rat. We had peace. He said hail DG. He said I'm joining your team. Doesn't matter. After I pieced him after taking the UK. But I let him live. I let him live in Greenland, and I could have destroyed him, and I didn't. And so I make another SS here, turn my 4 into 5. I see Navy moving out. I'm thinking that he's going to hit light blue here, so I want to be a part of this action. I don't want to just sit idly by on Crete while all this is happening, because you're going to lose out on time to potentially take advantage of this territory. Wheat says, nice play, light blue, except not.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Look at the size of this navy. That navy is moving up here. Huge. Just
Our
absolutely
warriors
huge.
have engaged the enemy.
Red takes Siberia. Is Navy going to team me? And Navy says, you team DG after saying you would help. Light blue says he ratted me, but did I rat him? I mean, I don't think I ratted him. Maybe I did. But either way, he said we had peace, and then he broke the peace after I said I was just going to take the UK. You said I'll help DG, then you ratted him, you can't be trusted. I say, correct. I am fully aligned with the narrative that Navy is pushing. Death to the rat rabbit. And now Emerald is moving in on Wheat here in Germany and hitting him basically everywhere. And that is a 38 to 15 income delta. Quite big.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Wheat still has these transports though. And Navy is pushing on LB. He is pumping. LB's smart here, holding the choke at Denmark so that Navy's going to have a difficult time pushing in. And he's spamming SS here, which, you know, I don't know how I feel about that decision. His Navy is split up. You know, Navy can cut this off. He's taken this base. So I really don't like LB's position here right now. At the same time, I'm hitting LB in Ireland. I'm saying, well, if Navy's going in on him, you know, I'm going to help team the teamer. So I'm going to take this Ireland base and going to double my income. Why not, right? So we take Ireland, and then we move on to the UK. Well, light blue is busy fighting Navy. Red also has a couple SS up here. Bear that in mind, he's loading up transports.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Light blue saying, Emerald, take bounty. Take my SS. He could hold this choke. He could hold this choke, right? He could make a roar here, potentially. Navy sending out a roar. That's going to go down immediately. Not great. And yeah, at the same time, we're pushing up into England. Just chipping away at light blue here. I'm going to hit Scotland here, I believe. Yep. So Navy and light blue are kind of at odds here with these SS at these choke points. Kind of hard to get the surface area you need for an effective fight. Light blue says 3v1 cute. At the same time, he hit me while I was fighting Wheat in the lowlands. I was 2v1'd. And then I say, yeah, you 2v1'd me. Shut the F up. Red is screaming. And light blue. Light blue's telling him to be quiet. And yeah, at the same time, we're moving up into Scotland here. And also taking Wales. And Navy is running the blockade, pushing in, chasing LB's ships down for that sweet, sweet bounty. And at the same time, we're moving into Iceland, cutting LB further. And Red drops in East Greenland against light blue. And light blue is sending his spawns in Greenland against him. And light blue is just feeding his ships to Emerald here, giving him the gold instead of Navy. And meanwhile, Wheat is dropping on Navy here. Look at this. 8 income versus 58. Who do you think is going to win?
Our warriors have engaged.
And Emerald is also fighting Navy, so Wheat's taking advantage of this chaos to hit Navy from the rear, trying to 2v1 him, hit him from the back door. I'm also hitting light blue here in Greenland to give red a helping hand. But look at this. Light blue is just surviving. He's made, you know, 3 admirals. That's 30 gold.
Our warriors have engaged.
Emerald and Navy still going at it. That is a lot of gold. A lot of catapults on Emerald's end. Look at that mortar line against Mint. This is also pretty big build-up. Yeah, and so we're going to finish Greenland here on our end. I think yeah, National Park is yours to Red. I give Red National Park. I want him to fight LB for that. Light Blue still has these bases in Scandy, and Light Blue takes Moscow. Teal moves down though to confront him. Red, Light Blue's in Moscow. Yeah, he really wants Light Blue dead. I don't know what I'm saying here. Yeah, never mind. Wheat's still fighting Navy with everything he has. And now Mint is going in on Navy. So Navy is 2v1. Emerald versus Navy and Mint versus Navy. And you know, I'm feeling a little bit indebted to Navy here. Remember that. Like, Navy gave me life in Crete, and now I'm able to have everything that I have because of Navy. Forever grateful to Navy, regardless of what may unfold in the future. Yeah, a lot of action still happening here. Mint, you know, so combined income 49.36. You know, that's over 80 income between the two of them against Navy, who's at 54. That's not great. And then, you know, Mint is pulling out. Navy says, please pull out from Romania, thank you, and he does. So, you know, I think Navy's about to complete that, get that 4 income back. And at the same time, remember, I'm grateful to Navy. I actually don't see that Mint has willingly pulled back on Navy, so I'm dropping on Mint here in Crimea just to cause him a little bit of a headache, because I'm grateful to Navy for everything that he's done. So I'm taking Crimea here, I get that base, and now Mint pushes in on me here. I'm not a huge fan of that. You know, I make an SS here, which, you know, is kind of questionable. I should have taken this base, honestly, to cut Navy in terms of him being able to build the Navy to support this attack. But, you know, I mean, look at the difference in gold here. Like, he has a lot of troops. He has catapults, he has healers, he has roars. He makes an SS. That's not what you want to see. And Red and Light Blue still going at it in National Park. And actually, yeah, Light Blue has taken Scandy here. Aside from these 2 bases in Sweden, he's completed Norway, he's completed Sami. He's attacking Red, or prodding at Red, I should say. And, you know, I am not liking this engagement at Crimea at all. Like, you know, so I make another SS. I'm thinking to myself, I really don't want to defend this, though. So I'm gonna, I believe I pull these SS back pretty quickly, yeah. We'll see that shortly, I believe. Yeah, so these SS are getting out of here. It's just that the delta in gold in terms of his army that was already here in Ukraine was just too big, so we're going to pull back. We're going to retreat back to Crete. At the same time, Wheat is moving on green in Spain without much of a fight, and in Italy. Meanwhile, Navy is still fighting Emerald. And then Mint says, is it worth it, DG? I said, I'm supporting Navy, you hit him. And I said, well, is it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it, because I was helping Navy. And I didn't see that back and forth between Navy and Mint in Romania. And then Mint says, so Navy. We cleared up the misunderstanding. I think he says, your pirates still hit me here. And your vassal hits me still. I did. I didn't see the chat. I didn't see the chat. I hit you when you hit him. And stole your APM while fighting him. I did. I did my duty. I was loyal to Navy. And Light Blue light blue complete Sweden here, which I don't like, because red is on my side. Red is my vassal. I don't like seeing light blue get all this extra income. Red is still struggling in Greenland against National Park. I have all these spawns here.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
I'm trying to get my SS the hell out of here, because I think that Mint is going to go on me. And Mint is actually hitting Navy's SS here. And Mint says, DG just hit me. Saying, or you. I said, that's not me, dude. He says, I'm fighting 3 people. Yeah, he's still fighting Emerald. And Emerald, yeah, look at the inroads Emerald has made here. I mean, he's taking Romania. He's fighting at Mace. He's pushed in. We have fighting between Peach and Wheat here in Spain. It's pretty even, 15-20 income. Peach has an enormous navy. Yeah, and Red's still having a tough time against light blue in Greenland here. I'm just trying to get my navy out to connect with my navy south of England. Oh, and Red has made some inroads here. Finally taking that easternmost base in National Park. And still going tit for tat in Siberia with Red. The rivalry continues. Yeah, so I see light blue's SS here. Red is finally making inroads. I don't love that light blue is still here given our history. I don't love that light blue is here in Scandy either. And Crete has been taken back by Navy since I'm in a decent position. Finally. Yeah, so I'm setting my troops in here to help Red finally take National Park. Trying to be a good ally. And light blue sees this and he stops making units to piss off Red, which is what we want. Yeah, and I'm telling Red to finally take that. A lot of fighting in Spain. Spain, Portugal, Peach, Wheat going at it. Green hitting Wheat in Italia. I can tell you one thing, Wheat is not saying grazie mille. And I say I see it red. I think that's in relation to light blue preparing to drop here. And now Mint is going on Emerald. Like, the tables have turned. Emerald and Wheat have stopped fighting, so Mint decides to take his shot at Emerald. You know, 40 to 53, I mean, that's a pretty even fight. I mean, Mint has a pretty big army here as well. And so yeah, so we're getting ready to take some action here. And I think we're going to fall. Just because, you know, green really shouldn't be here. And I see Teal doing, or, yeah, sorry, Teal left the game. This is just an AFK SS, and I lost that transport full of troops, which is disgusting. Navy fighting Peach here. Just everybody fighting. So the calm before the storm really was before the storm. Red saying here, again, DG, end light blue, given all the chaos that he has caused for us. And I'm thinking to myself, the time might be now. And look, light blue is still poking and prodding Red in Siberia. He's roaring. You know, light blue is honestly playing well.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Got to take out this SS because that took out one of my drops. So I want to make sure that that's not an issue. We have 2 full transports here. I believe we go bottom of Norway. Start applying pressure on the heartland of light blue while Red is fighting him in Siberia, and he has lost Siberia, in fact. Yeah, so I think we do the drop here while Red is pushing in And light blue sees it, and he's starting to make units to defend. Wheat also drops on red here, so red no longer has a base.
Our warriors have engaged.
And his plans were unfortunately aborted. Emerald still fighting mint. Navy now fighting green. And red has been kicked off the mainland of the continent.
I await your command.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pushing up now against light blue from the south, which is a great position. I'm starting to make a few, you know, 5 income units, some majors from the port here, just to help us get those couple bases. And we secure one. SS taking pop shots, and wheat drops on me in Svalbard. And red is trying to defend me here. So we are happy to push up into Norway and secure that coastline for us. Light blue says take Scandy to mint. He wants him to get it instead of me. Take Sweden and Norway mint. Mint's busy with Emerald. Like, Mint does not have APM to focus on anything else right now. Mint is busy fighting for his life against Emerald, so I don't know what light blue is hoping to achieve here. So I'm going to cut into Sweden, and light blue, after just saying a moment ago that he was going to give Scandy away, decides to defend it because he is a sourpuss and does not want me to get it, and rather use his golden APM on that. So I made a couple knights here, and we're gonna make some inroads into Sweden, I believe. Oh, he's still defending. So yeah, we're gonna make a couple more knights, make sure that we get this base. Yeah, so we cut Sweden here.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Red is still taking pop shots at wheat. And mint takes Finland, or recompletes Finland, but does not take Sami or Sweden here. I think my riflemen take down this SS, which is amazing. Yeah, they do. Yeah, light blue is not looking here. Not good, not good. We're fighting here in Sweden. Light blue is trying to defend Sami. And, you know, this is a losing battle for him, of course. But, you know, I think it's just about, this is a grudge match at this point. It's not really about, spending smartly. Has red lost his SS here? He had 3 last time I checked. I think he lost his SS to Wheat's dancing, which is insane. And now, light blue is retreating to Sami after losing in Sweden. So we're going to push up north, complete the Norway Sweden takes, and then finish off Sami up here. Meanwhile, still fighting between Mint and Emerald in Ukraine and in Belarus and in the Baltics. Yeah, we're going to complete the Sami take here. So light blue, aside from this one base, which I think we are going to take shortly and finish this base. Oh no, light blue's trying to flee here. Naval battles between Navy and Green. Huge income delta there, 14 versus 53.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
I'm calling out wheat here. Because for the first time, now I'm able to kind of pay a little bit of attention to what's been going on outside of LB. Now that I've kicked him out of Scandy. Yeah, I made a B ship here to chase him down. But notice that he's going to drop on green here. And he's actually cutting green in France, which is insane. Green's busy fighting Navy, Switzerland, Italy. Navy's hitting him in France. And light blue decides to further cut him.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, and red has just lost a tremendous amount of gold to wheat's dancing here. Oh, he almost loses that SS. Oh my goodness.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
The light blue still has 13 income. He still has, you know, to his credit, more income than red at this point. So I say to red, you know, Sval is yours. Gonna kick wheat out of here. Red says he was dancing. And honestly, like, you know, for red to lose SS to that dancing, pretty unforgivable. But I'm gonna give him Sval anyways. Mint throwing everything he can at Emerald here. Yeah, it looks like Navy takes France here. DG moving his Navy up. Peach's Navy going after Navy's Navy. A lot of maritime battles this game, huh? A lot of fighting on the water. And I love this. I love seeing wheat about to drop on LB because I'm thinking to myself, okay, if he's going to do this, you know, he has a lot of guys in these boats. This is going to weaken LB. He's going to have to defend this. He's going to have to spend gold. They're going to weaken each other. And I don't have a direct line of sight to light blue, right? Mint is in between me here. He's got Finland, Karelia, Arkhangelsk. And I'm still thinking to myself, I want to destroy LB. And Peach says, Navy, let me pirate. Navy says, nah, you ratted too hard. Peach says, fair. Totally concedes his survival. Blocking my SS and stuff. Bitter rivalry. And wheat leaves the game after saying, I will hunt you, LB, repeatedly. But he still has to get LB to spend some gold here to defend this, right? Mint making inroads against Emerald, looking like he's about to potentially take Ukraine back here. Mint also now with the income advantage, 49 to 40. Wheat is complaining, saying that red is my pirate. Red says he loves it. He loves his dad. And I love him. I love him as my son. And I'm making a few tanks here. What could those be for? Fully loaded drop. A lot of units here. What could I be thinking? Well, stay tuned. You'll find out soon. Let's do a quick map scan. Emerald says GG Mint, so I'm thinking to myself, you know, is he leaving? He's pretty tapped out. Mint at 59. Emerald at 32. Saying that was fun. Emerald was being a good sport about it, but it seemed like he's tapped. Said it was a stalemate for a while, which it seemed to be. And light blue is building Fortress North Russia up here. Fortress Moscow, Fortress North Russia. And I'm thinking to myself, light blue has lived long enough. He has been a scourge on this land. I'm telling red to land in Siberia, immediate 10-4 Roger Dodger. Because I'm thinking to myself, we are going to open up light blue to a multi-front war. That is exactly what we're going to do here. We're landing our Panzer battalions
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
in Arkhangelsk. And I also see green taking this from me, this southern Norway port, with quite a few SS. Quite a few SS. I am not happy about that cut while I am embarking on this mission against light blue. So I see this.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, that's a warship B that went astray, unfortunately. That's a lost cause. I do not see that at all. So I'm making a couple more SS here, and I'm like, do I need to deal with this? Like, is green going to leave? Green says he just needs a spot. I think he was a nomad. I'm telling him to leave. Get out of here. Get out of here, you jabroni. And meanwhile, you know, red does take that Siberia base, but light blue just shoving everything, going all in with 7-2 offsuited against red here. So I'm saying to green, take LB, take LB's land. Like, I will give you land, don't hit red, don't hit me. Telling him, go Sval to light blue. So he's going on Sval, he can make his transports, and then he can land here, take light blue's land. I'm trying to set up some Diplo here, some vassals between green and red that can help me. Taking peace green, so red's trying to make peace with green. Green says yes. So, you know, we have a little triumvirate here. We have me in the seat of the sole emperor, and we have red and green, my two consuls, my two Roman consuls. And you know, light blue is of course losing this. I have 3 tanks here. That's 75 gold. He cannot defend. He cannot defend. And red is also making inroads, taking Siberia, getting that additional income. And Emerald has left the game after being defeated in a great fight against wheat. Or pardon me, Mint. Mint is now 85 income. Navy at 71. LB says we just suck. And, you know, he's entitled.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
He's wrong, but he's entitled. So now green is moving over some units to take this land from LB, but LB still has a force here, right? And he still has income from Moscow. And of course, Mint and Navy start going at it. Of course. And you know, this is a pretty even fight. I mean, 80-90. Mint has been fighting for the past, I don't even know how many turns against Emerald. But look at all these spawns he has here. Look at all these spawns. He can just funnel these into the middle of the map to fight against Navy. And green is moving his navy down. And he hasn't landed. And you know, light blue again, still with this pretty decent sized force here. Yeah, so green does drop. And then light blue says, you back off red and I'll chill. Too late for that. You've caused too much chaos this game. You backstabbed me when I was fighting against wheat. You have no right. Alright, so green has a base here. He's taking my bases. Peach says, DG, we good. And you know, Peach has quite a big navy here. I have my navy here as well. I don't want to fight Peach. I'm not interested in fighting Peach. I have no reason to. Let's check in on Mint and Navy. Light blue says, green, what's your business? After I told green he could take North Russia and all of LB's lands, and I say, it's his land. That's his business. Get out of here, light blue. You are officially served with an order of trespass. And I didn't see Peach say, DG, we good the first time, so he says it again. And I say yes. Green's taking Siberia. This is going to give him a... Defense in depth is the military language that we like to use to fight against light blue. And so now again, just income check. Mint 88, Navy 81. Still fighting in the middle. You know, pretty static. Like, not a lot of movement here so far. And then the question is, what is Peach going to do with his decently sized navy? Mint says, good game, well played, Navy. And I see this, and I think to myself, you know, this still seems pretty even. Like, is this Mint conceding? I'm not really sure what that meant there. Like, Navy's still in it, so I don't know what that GG well played meant. And Mint is clearly still in it too. A lot of action. A lot of action. Navy sending his reserves up to fight against Mint here. Oh, and Mint has made a pretty big inroad here. That's Bulgaria. That's a Bulgaria take. And he is now moving in on Peach to take the Low Countries to have ground through which he can hit Mint, presumably in Germany. Now Mint is saying DG because I am moving in on Mint. And he says me, not Navy. But my goal isn't really Mint. But I do say that Navy gave me life. Mint says fair, which is reasonable. I am evening it out because it's 73.85. And honestly, it's not even about the income. Like, Mint was winning. But I say, you're not my goal. LB is. I'm just taking this territory to get to the real objective, because green is struggling here against LB. And red says, can we just finish light blue? And I say, absolutely.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Alright, so we're moving a few tanks, we're moving some riflemen eastwards, working our way slowly towards the crown jewel in this game, which is LB. Alrighty.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Let's check in on Mint and Navy here. Yeah, like, this is, you know, it's a pretty even back and forth. Neither of them are really committing to this. Like, I don't think they're using their gold reserves. They're just kind of sparring in middle of the map. And I make my way over. I take Arkhangelsk, pardon me, and I say, "Hi, LB. How are ya? Howdy, neighbor." And I'm thinking to myself, all right, it's time to finally deal the crushing blow to this guy. And to his credit, you know what? Light blue has persevered. He has fought quite well. He's managed to escape 50 different times. Now, I also see that Mint has cut me here after I have, you know, taken a lot of his territory, to the point that he's now 61.87 against Navy, which isn't great, so that's pretty deserving. I don't blame him for doing that, but I have to take that back. So yeah, we're going to just chop some firewood here in Moscow and then go in on light blue. Green, meanwhile, moving his navy down. The question is, to what end? And still, you know, pretty static in the middle. Pretty static in the middle. Navy holding. Although that base in Slovenia looks like, Slovenia as a whole looks like it's about to fall. Light blue says, I am so bad. I say, thank you. Ooh, that Italy base could have been really annoying for Navy if Mint had sufficient amount of troops there to defend. But he did not. Alright, so we're pushing into North Russia, trying to take back these cuts from Mint. And light blue is not having a good time here. We've taken Moscow from him. He's pushing down into Mint now in Volga. And red says, you know, I'm gonna... Green isn't here, or he is here, but he's not really doing anything. So, because green's pretty focused, I think, on Navy. And look what has happened here.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Green was trying to poke and prod Navy, and Navy said, whoa there, buckaroo. You gotta pay the toll if you want to pass Portugal.
I await your command.
So I'm just saying to red, you know, green isn't doing anything, just take it. Just take North Russia, take that, and take Moscow. While DG is kind of messing around in Volga with Mint, and Mint is making more troops here to actually defend. So Light Blue's going to have a difficult time escaping, or a more difficult time escaping, I should say. And we've taken back these cuts from Mint in Scandy.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, and red takes North Russia here. Still a lot of fighting going on here. Romania. Oh, you know, Navy's taking a bunch of territory back here. He's pushed up, and, you know, not really shocking. I kind of cut Mint. Not kind of. I did cut Mint extensively. Navy's at 90, Mint's at 57. And, you know, I mean, look, you're getting to the point where if I am not getting involved in this game, Navy's probably going to take the win, given the income delta. Like, I've been loyal to Navy to the nth degree, given that he gave me life back in Crete. But I'm starting to think to myself, you know, how far does that goodwill go? I'm grateful to Navy, always grateful to Navy, appreciate Navy. But, you know, and Cat Rabbit, aka Rat Rabbit, leaves the game after breaking peace with me. He has been eliminated from contention, and rightfully so, if I may say. So now, the big players left standing. Navy, myself, Mint, Red. And we still got Peach and Green hanging on. I'm telling Green to take Ireland, because he does have his Navy there. He does not have a forward operating base. And this is the first hint of me saying, you know, I don't know if I can keep helping Navy here. Because it's just giving him the win. But by me giving him Ireland, that's an indication that I'm starting to flip. I say, Navy, I need to hit you or else the game is over. Do you consent to shrinkage? Now, you never want to consent to shrinkage. But I feel like I need to ask him the question because of how good he's been to me previously. If you do not consent, I will not hit. I don't know, man. Still fighting 3. I say, you gave me life, sir. He says he's been fighting for like 30 minutes. And this is a tough spot for me. I mean, look, the guy's at 100 income, destroying Mint. Red's at 20. I'm at 48. I have over 500 gold, closer to 600. Nah, he says he's fighting 4 people now. Yeah, he's fighting Peach, Mint, and Red's attacking him, as well as Green.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
So, you know, look, if I don't get involved here, it's game over, right? It's game over. So the question is, what do I decide to do here? How do I decide to assist? And I think you are about to see that answer shortly. Navy says, DG, take care of Green. I give you more land. Like, at this point in the game, when he's 20 cities away from winning, and DG has been my pirate, along with Red, my vassal, I don't really like that. I don't really like that Navy is saying that. And that is the straw that breaks the stallion's back. And so we are forming up a beautiful Panzer battalion here. This is, how many tanks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tanks. 11 tanks. Over 250 gold, closer to 300. And they are just steamrolling through. Let's check on what's happening. You know, Navy's pushing up into Ukraine. He's cut Mint here. He's outgunning him everywhere, basically. You know, he's about to complete Germany. Red is trying to help. He's landing in the Low Countries, trying to support Mint. Peach is fighting Navy in France. The beaches of Normandy are lit. And my tanks are just steamrolling. And I say, Navy, I'll always love you. Just like, you know, that Whitney Houston song, I will always love you, no matter what happens. So I'm hitting Mint here in Moldova, but in actuality, I need these forward operating bases. Red says, yeah, he's trying to help Mint, but I believe he's been totally eliminated from the continent down south. So I have my forward operating bases. Navy sees it. He says, I can't fight the whole map. And I say, with regret, I know. And yet, despite feeling regret, hesitation, and frankly disgust in myself, something has to happen. And boy, does it happen. The Panzers move in for the final blow, making a couple more there just for good measure, and we move in on Navy. I'm sorry, Navy. It had to be done. Look at this income. Look at the income here. He's at 100 gold, 3 figures. Alright, so we're pushing in on Navy here while he is fighting against Green, who's stealing his APM in the south. Peach, who's fighting him in France. Wheat, who's fighting him in Poland and Germany. It's not much of a fight anymore. Romania Navy, DG's tanks. So even though Light Blue was eliminated, he's still throwing barbs from the peanut gallery. And I say, I am not going far. I love Navy. This is hurting me more than him. And it really is. It really is. I kind of just want to even the playing field and get to a place on the map where maybe we can live in peace together. You know, maybe we can start a farming community. Do we need to kill each other just because the purpose of the game is world domination? But we'll see what happens. So, you know, me pushing into Romania gives Mint some breathing room. You know, and he's going to take Poland back. He's pushing into Slovakia. He's pushing into Hungary. He's cutting Navy in a few places here. And the intention is to really just distract. But I'm going further. I'm going further. I want to help Mint a little bit here, and he is moving his troops back. Remember, each of these tanks has 1,700 health points, compared to a rifleman's 200, so that delta is enormous. And so, you know, the fact that Navy is not pushing up north from central position here tells me that either he's really tight on APM, he's losing his actions per minute because there's just too much going on, he's fighting basically the entire map, or he's tapped out of gold. But either way, he's getting 100 gold every single turn. I mean, I have a huge reserve of, you know, nearly 600 here. But either way, the fact that he isn't hitting me is a signal in and of itself. And so I'm thinking to myself, you know, do I stop here? Do I fortify the border? Do I stop here? Navy's been cut significantly, but he's still fighting Mint in Germany. Talk about a weird map position, huh? Like, I mean, look at my position here, the UK, half of Greenland, and then this segment that is just totally cut off from the rest of my territory. But I mean, that's the power of tanks, right? Like, you can just steamroll literally through Europe to your advantage. And again, you know, we still have skirmishes happening here. Czech, Germany. Mint says, good game, well played, Navy. And honestly, Peach has been fighting in France here for I don't even know how long. It's crazy. And Navy says, my hands are tired. And I decide to go further because at this point I see Mint is about to give up. And, you know, if he does, it's good game. Making a few more tanks here for good measure. Sending them into Bulgaria. And we are moving into the south. We appreciate Navy. We respect Navy. We are grateful to Navy. However, a win is a win. And a loss is a loss. Red also chipping away Germany here, landing in the Low Countries and Netherlands.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
And Navy makes a decision to defend. He's throwing in his reserves. He's making some units here. And I'm saying, okay, if he's going to do that, then we will reply in kind. We got to move these tanks up to the front. He has SS chipping away at Bulgaria. Don't like to see that. But, you know, we got to do what we got to do. And look, he's pushing in from Germany as well. And somehow he knows it's me. He knows it's me somehow. He says he saved me, quit being annoying. And I'm like, how does this guy know it's me? Maybe it's the way I type. And I say I'm grateful and love you, and I do. I do love you. Navy says no. Now he's letting somebody else win, and I'm ending you. I don't like that. I say I'm gonna stop. I say I'm gonna stop. And he says no. I'm annoyed. He's throwing a tantrum. And then I said, but I'm fine with another W in the sense that I'm fine with somebody else winning. Navy says, I've been fighting 5v1 for 40 minutes. I'm stopping. Mint, peace him. Mint says, Navy, you won this game. Navy says, no, I can't win this effing game. And then I say, Peach, stop fighting Navy. I'm trying to make peace. And Navy says, because that blank I saved keeps hitting me. And I say, Peach, take UK. Stop fighting Navy. I want peace. I'm trying to make peace here. I'm trying to make peace between the nations. Oh, you might hear a dog in the background. My apologies. Sorry about that. What's going on? Navy is not, or pardon me, Peach is not evacuating. He is continuing to fight Navy in France.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
And he is, you know, not leaving. He's refusing to leave. Red is making some pretty deep cuts in Italy. Or in Switzerland, I should say. He's taken all of Germany. And he's taken... Oh, he hasn't fully taken Czech. But, you know, I have held off on hitting Navy further. Because I'm saying to myself, you know, look, we're pretty even income. Guy was good to me. He gave me life. So I want to respect him. For now. So we'll see what comes to pass.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Now Mint is trying to cut me here. I'm like, well, you know, I see this immediately. I'm like, why? And I take the base back, like, very quickly. But he takes the base back for me. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, why is Mint doing this? Like, Mint is going all in on me here. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm just going to move my tank reserves north. You know, I'm just going to... I don't have to spend too much defending this. I have all this gold that's moving north, and I'm just going to focus on wheat. Or Mint here, pardon me. Yeah, so Mint decides to go in on me. I guess because, you know, he doesn't like that I stopped against Navy. Maybe he just feels like him and Navy had a really good fight. He has some kind of respect for Navy. He doesn't like that I have kind of swooped in here. And, you know, he's entitled to feel that way. That's fine. And so I'm fighting Mint everywhere. You know, I'm fighting Mint everywhere, and I see Navy moving in, and it's like, I think, you know, this could be the coup de grace against me. You know, it's death by 1,000 cuts at this point. That's what it kind of feels like. And also, I see Peach hitting me here, too. So it's like, now that I'm not even top income. Navy's still top income, but everybody is hitting me. So I am just hating life right now. Navy's still kind of focusing Red, which I appreciate. You know, Red is doing a good job distracting him while I focus on Mint, which I am doing. I'm sending in the tanks. The tanks are doing a good job. They're just steamrolling everywhere. And Mint is pushing into my heartland in Scandy, where all of this really started. But the tanks are moving north. The tanks are moving north. And, you know, Scandy is a choke, so I decided to make some units there. Really just to focus, defend on the choke points here while my tanks move up. And, you know, Mint's fighting here in Finland. You know, I'm taking back Denmark. Just chaos everywhere as the tanks slowly move up. Yeah, and I'm going to take back, I think, Ukraine here shortly. And he's cut in Finland there. And I see him make a couple tanks here, and I'm like, okay, you want to go down that road? You want to defend this last base? have fun with that. So I just overwhelm him with a number of panzers, which he cannot reasonably defend against. He's trying to take this last base, and I'm going to send an SS to defend that. Should probably have sent more. That's okay. Yeah, and so we're going to cut him in Leningrad. And you can start to see that, you know, wheat is now in a more perilous place, because Navy really hasn't been hitting me. Like, Navy's really been focusing red here. If Navy hit me here, or hit me from the south, I mean, look at this. Like, I don't think I can really defend against this right now effectively. I mean, I have some units, I have some spawns. I still have 250 gold. But, you know, the thing with me, as you've seen from the other Disaster Derby videos, is my APM is nowhere near that of some other players. So I'm, you know, multi-front war, you know, not something I'm going to be doing a great job defending against. So we're moving in, central Russia, trying to corner Mint here after he hit me. And red is going to take Germany here. And the tanks have made their way north. Remember, folks, tanks are the new meta. You did not hear it here first if you watched the channel, but you should probably know that anyways.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy. Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, so Mint is not having a good time here. And it looks like Navy's finally cornering red. Yeah, these tanks are just steamrolling. Oh, Mint did take that southern port. Yeah, I should have sent more SS, because, I mean, these are just standing there idly. Yeah, Mint has a, or Navy has a pretty good surround here on red, and at the same time, Peach is moving in. Is Peach hitting red, or is Peach trying to hit Navy? I think he's trying to hit Navy. Yeah, I mean, look, he still has, look at, he's still top income. Like, he still has 91 income. Like, come on. That's pretty crazy, right?
Our warriors have engaged the enemy. Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Mint dropping on me in Kaliningrad. Really just poking and prodding. Like, his playstyle is not to confront in a full-on pitched battle, but to poke and prod everywhere possible. And, you know, he's done that quite effectively, I have to say. You know, he's done that quite effectively. You know, look, I mean, look even here. Denmark, Scandy. Oh, and Peach has cut me here in Scotland. Peach with 4 income, like literally nothing, but he does have a big navy here. And so I'm starting to think to myself, like, Navy's probably going to hit me here. Like, you know, Mint is, I'm pretty much finishing up Mint, wrapping that up. Navy's moving in. He hasn't moved in from the south yet, but look, he's hit me in England. Peach says, DG, you're going to hit Navy. Green is still focusing Navy. Red is saying, you know, are you going to hit Navy? Like, what's going on here? But I'm still kind of focusing on Mint. Like, I feel like I can't focus effectively on Navy until Mint has been removed, because Mint just went all in on me, right? So I kind of feel like I need to finish the job here for me to be able to properly focus on Navy. Meantime, my allies, my vassals, green and red, are kind of suffering while I'm focusing on this fight with Mint. And I think Mint knows that he's just trying to draw the clock out so that Navy eliminates red and green.
I await your command.
And then I'll have to focus him one-on-one while at the same time he's, you know, getting more income. Peach is also trying to help. I think he was just cutting me because he needed a base. And I think he's actually... Is he a nomad here? No, he still has that base in Scotland. I leave that to him, yeah.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
So look, he's still making units here. He's still defending here. Because look, he's just trying to cause chaos. That's all that Mint's trying to do. And I'm defending this port. Look, he's microing him away.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
So really pigeonholing Mint here. Or at least trying to. Mint says, good game, well played. So he acknowledges defeat and he concedes, I believe, here. Look at this. Look at all these ships. And look, Mint is still defending, huh? Look, he roared. He's making units. I really need to finish that Sweden port for that extra income. And I believe Navy hit me here, actually, yeah. Navy hit me, so I decided to make a few tanks. And also, I mean, he hit me in England, so, I mean, you know, Casus Belli established. And so I decided to go in. Meanwhile, Red is fighting him. I'm pushing in from Denmark. Mint says, DG, let me live in Volga. Absolutely not, after everything that he did to me. Absolutely not. No way, Jose. He went all in on me. He is now a nomad. And deservingly so, I should say. My Navy's chasing Navy's Navy. Green's Navy is supporting. Peach's Navy is backup support. And Navy trying to be sneaky here. Oh my goodness. If Mint takes this...
Our warriors have engaged.
And I think Navy... Yeah. Navy leaves here. Risk leaves here. And honestly, he's been fighting for like an hour. He's been fighting for an hour. Everybody is laughing. He was holding well. I honestly think that if he had stayed...
Our warriors have engaged
Like...
the enemy.
Look, he was rightfully frustrated. Red FFs, Mint FFs, Green, I believe, FFs here as well.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
And then I believe Peach is conquering Scotland, but then sees the writing on the wall. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the game. Thank you for tuning in for this, you know, less of a disaster derby than potentially anticipated. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I did playing it, and I will see you on the flip side. Take care.